AITA for secretly recording my husband after he kept accusing me of cheating. And using it in court? I'm 34, my husband Mark is 38, and until 6 months ago I thought we had a pretty normal marriage. We've been together for 9 years, married for 4, and we have a 3-year-old daughter, Emma. The problem started last winter when Mark suddenly became convinced I was cheating on him. It came out of nowhere. I work as a dental assistant. My schedule is boring. I go to work, pick up Emma from daycare, come home. That's my life. But Mark kept insisting I was acting suspicious. If I stayed 10 minutes late at work, you were with someone, weren't you? If I laughed at a text from my sister, who are you texting? It got worse and worse. One night in February he woke me up at 2 a.m. and demanded to see my phone. I said no, not because I was hiding anything, but because it was 2 a.m. and he was screaming in my face. That's when I started getting scared. A week later he told me something that completely changed how I saw the situation. He said he was going to talk to a lawyer about custody. Custody, even though we hadn't even talked about separating. Then he added something that made my stomach drop. He said if we divorced, he would make sure the court knew I was an unfaithful mother. That's when I realized something important. Mark didn't actually believe I was cheating. He was building a story. So the next time he started accusing me, I did something I'm not proud of. I turned on the voice recorder on my phone. I didn't even plan it. I just wanted proof of how crazy the accusations were. But the recording turned out to be worse than I expected. Because in the middle of yelling at me, Mark said something interesting. He said, "Don't worry. When the judge hears about your affair, Emma will live with me." I told him again that I wasn't cheating. And then he said the sentence that changed everything. He said, "It doesn't matter if it's true. People believe these things." I felt like my brain stopped working for a second. Because in that moment I understood his entire plan. He was going to accuse me of cheating in court. Not because he believed it, but because he thought it would help him get custody. Over the next month, I recorded 3 more conversations like that. Each time he doubled down. Each time he admitted he didn't have proof. And each time he repeated the same idea. If you say something enough, people start to believe it. So when he finally filed for divorce, I didn't panic. I gave all 4 recordings to my lawyer. 2 months later, we were sitting in a courtroom. Mark's lawyer stood up and confidently told the judge that I had been having an affair and was therefore an unstable influence on our daughter. Then my lawyer asked the judge if we could play some audio evidence. The first recording started playing. The room went silent. Because in Mark's own voice, you could hear him saying, "It doesn't matter if it's true." He went pale. The judge paused the recording halfway through and asked Mark one question. "Sir, were you planning to fabricate allegations in order to influence custody proceedings?" Mark didn't answer. He just stared at the table. The hearing ended 20 minutes later. I now have primary custody of Emma. Mark gets supervised visits. And sometimes I wonder if I crossed a line by secretly recording him. But then I remember something my lawyer told me after the hearing. She said, "You didn't destroy his case. You just let him speak."